Privy, this is Salvation, represent your Dragon Age origins. We were still, or again, in camp, and I'll try to talk to Alistair once more.
At your service.
I have some questions.
Of course.
Why did you keep your birthright a secret?
You never asked?
I'm hurt that you didn't trust me.
No, please don't think that. It's not that I didn't trust you. It's... Please, let me try to explain. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then, after the battle, when I should have told you... I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
I guess I can understand that.
I should have told you, anyway. It was important for you to know. I guess part of me liked you not knowing.
Why? What happens when people find out?
They treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them, instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
It doesn't sound stupid at all.
For all the good it does me, my blood seems certain to haunt me no matter what I do. I guess I should be thankful that Arl Eamon is far more likely to inherit the throne. If he's all right. I hope he's all right. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I guess I was just hoping that you would like me for who I am. It was a dumb thing to do.
Apology accepted.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go. At your service.
I have some questions.
Of course.
Never mind.
At your service.
I'd like to discuss something in private.
Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right?
Never mind.
Fair enough. Off we go then.
Later. Okay. Then don't. That's someone we haven't spoken to yet.
Here I am.
Never mind. I want to try... I mean, I can usually get out of it.
Here I am.
I want to discuss something personal.
Oh, this should be good. What would you like to discuss?
Never mind. I'm not asking you to leave.
Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
You did quite well, no doubt.
Within the Crows, I did. But it has been something the Crows have devoted a great deal of time to perfecting. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
That sounds like it could be useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the Crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
What did I get approval for exactly? I didn't even say anything.
Here I am.
Can you teach others to be an assassin?
Oh, I certainly could, but I won't. I swore to the crows that the things they taught me were to remain a secret. And while, yes, they are already angry at me, I'd rather not push things, you see.
Very well, I respect your word.
If you are truly insistent, well, let me think about it. The crows are already angry at me, yes? Who knows?
Later. I think he would hold it against me if I were to bug him.
Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Why did you want to leave the crows exactly?
Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin, after all, is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So, if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
What would you rather do?
Now that you mention it, I am not entirely certain. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
That system works?
Of course. You compete against your fellow assassins, and those who survive are rightfully proud of it. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. Gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
If you ask him what he fancies, then that's kind of a flirt thing. I think I understand.
As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
I'm happy to have you along.
And here I am, happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way? Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so. Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared. The authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses. Even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
No, you're probably right.
I often find myself the instrument of fate, ending these lives for one necessity or another. I console myself with the notion that most of them had it coming. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed, the pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
I take no pleasure in killing.
It is not pleasure per se, nothing sexual. It is more a sense of satisfaction, a feeling of power. Does that make sense? No matter. There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Why not? You can do whatever you like.
Whereas I am content merely doing what I happen to be good at. It's a talent that not many come by, honestly. I don't see why I need not pursue it. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them. Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Tell me a little about Antiva.
Oh, you wish to know about Antiva, do you? The only way to truly appreciate it would be to go there. It is a warm place, not cold and harsh like this Ferelden. In Antiva it rains often, but the flowers are always in bloom. Or so the saying goes.
And it has assassins.
Every land has its assassins. Some are simply more open about their business than others. I hail from the glorious Antiva city, home to the royal palace. It is a glittering gem amidst the sand, my Antiva city. Do you come from someplace comparable?
I am from Ostagar, of course.
Ah, yes, the city of lava and stone. It too is beautiful, in its way. Sad that it will never see sunlight or smell the salt of the ocean, however. You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland, and for all its wine and its dark-haired beauties and the lilo flutes of the minstrels, I miss the leather the most.
This I have to hear.
I mean the smell. For years, I lived in a tiny apartment near Antiva City's leather-making district, in a building where the crows stored their youngest recruits, packed in like crates. I grew accustomed to the stench, even though the humans complained of it constantly. To this day, the smell of fresh leather is what reminds me most of home, more than anything else.
You sound like you've been away from home forever.
Oh, not so long, I know. It is my first time away from Antiva, however, and the thought of never returning makes me think of it constantly. Before I left, I was tempted to spend what little coin I possessed on leather boots I spotted in a store window. Finest Antivan leather, perfect craftsmanship. Ah, but I was a fool to leave them. I thought, Zevran, you can buy them when you return as a reward for a job well done. More the fool I, no?
That's a complete and utter lie, the last thing you said, but we'll find that out eventually. Your home is still there, Zevran.
True, and it's a comforting thought. One simply never knows what is to come next. How could I have suspected I would end up defeated by a beautiful Grey Warden, a woman who then spares my life? I could not.
Now you're flattering me.
I say you are beautiful because it is true. Should I not?
I think no, by all means, would be the flatline, and I don't want that. Don't bother, I'm onto you.
I'm not sure that that's the route I would take, were I to continue old habits, but as you wish. Now, if it is all the same to you, I would prefer not to speak more of Antiva. It makes me wistful and hungry for a proper meal.
Oh! You are difficult sometimes.
Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Let's just move on. Do I want to try that again? I want to try that again. He's difficult. I said that. Yes.
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Tell me a little about it. Okay, we've
a
had
warm
that.
Place, not cold.
I'll try and give the
I
same
hail
answers
from the
again.
glorious... You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland. I grew accustomed to the stench, even though the humans complained of it. I thought, Zevran, you can buy them when you return. One simply never knows what is to come next. How could I have suspected I would end up defeated by a beautiful Grey Warden, a woman who then spares my life? I could not.
Alright. First two are out. Everyone makes mistakes. Let's try.
Even Grey Wardens who spared the lives of assassins? Understood. Now, if it is all the same to you,
I think that was
I would
better.
prefer not to speak more of Antiva. It makes me wistful and hungry for a proper meal.
That's a lot better. Whoa! I really stepped on your toes there, didn't I?
Here I am.
Do you have anything more to say if I don't piss you off in advance?
This should be good. Go ahead.
Let's just move on. You don't, apparently. Right. Alright. Let's go. We are going...
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
to another unmarked place on our map. That was lothering, by the way. It's gone. And that's something I never get. That's apparently is...
How did a child survive that? The crater is still smoking. It's a boy. 5 fingers, 5 toes. That's all that matters to me. The Maker has answered our prayers. Let's go home, Marta, and raise the Tyke as our own.
I don't get that scene. I don't understand it. I mean, that's obviously Meteor, but I don't understand the cutscene, or if that is of any consequence later on or not. I don't know, really. I have no idea. Let's move on to Honnleath. Wolf, do you have any sustained ability I want you to use? I don't think you do. No, I don't think you do.
On it.
Right.
I shall do it.
That's preparation for you. You do that right, they don't even reach you.
We must gain the advantage.
Did you just use Mark of Death when I told you only to use it on an elite or higher? Hang on. That is completely pointless. I wanted you to go into stealth, of course. Right. Thanks.
Stealth it is.
What? Below. Not above. Good morning, Servatia.
It is begun.
Alright.
While you can.
I'll put that here because then I can use it as a hotkey.
Go. As you say.
It's always a good idea. I know that in World of Warcraft we had the saying every time you heal a rogue, a more important class will die. The same is also true-ish for this game. Although I do still heals everyone. He'll get more resilient with time.
No quarter shall be given. Careful. Yes. It is begun.
Alright,
Too easy.
this is actually going quite well. I remembered Honnleath as a little bit of a troublesome place to be.
Very well.
But that may be wrong. This is a lot easier than I remember it. I don't know why the items are described so oddly here. Let me see. Alright. Yeah, the quest related is what I wanted to look at. That too, that thing too, that is just not described right. That's some sort of bug, I suppose, but I've never seen it nor heard of it. I don't assume it's game breaking, but I don't know.
It shall be done.
Alright.
I am ready.
Alright.
I shall do it. Fight for honor. Move back.
There's still more of them about.
Shall be done. If we must fight, let us do it quickly.
Oh, come on, really.
This really gets the blood pumping.
Now we get our hands dirty.
I'm not comfortable with you in a one-on-one. Okay. So then, anything else alive?
I do love a good death rattle.
Apparently not.
Easily done.
Alistair, you've got a level. Alright. I said that I'll put 3 points in strength for you. Because... what was the next skill I wanted on you anyway? Improved combat tactics, I think. That needs 12 cunning there. No. I also want overpower. Which needs 25 strength. Well, 25. 12 cunning, I think it was. Let me do that then. That means I can take the improved combat tactics that I wanted. And I can take overpower like I wanted. And your tactics need some
Let's go.
cleansing too in that case. Shield wall, I don't have threatened precise tracking. Let me add that. Enemy above 50% overpower. Alright. Why not? Why not? Let's loot. Perhaps someone of you knows what sort of bug that
Very well.
is that I'm having here. That the items don't describe correctly. Let me know, please. A note. A key. Now what? Well, that isn't much. I think this is genuinely bugged. I'm starting to get a little bit concerned here. I'm pretty sure I should have had more of a response here. I'll save and go in there, and if that doesn't do anything, then I'll...
Very well.
If that doesn't work out right, I will... I'll look it up, what that was. Whoa!
Begin the onslaught. As you say.
Bye!
Back.
Whoa!
That's finished.
Oh, that didn't work out. Okay. You're a bit fragile, but it'll get better. What was that about how every time you heal a rogue, a more important class will die?
Fight. It is begun. Yes. Don't be a fool. Damn.
Come on.
Let's finish this. So be it. As you say. Cross me and you shall pay. I shall do it.
There's one more? Yes, there.
We
I
must
didn't
fight.
even
Let
see
us do
that
it
guy.
quickly. Another battle, I see.
Oh, come on now.
Shall be done.
This injury isn't going to go away quickly.
There you have.
Very well.
Now this I can do.
Alright. I am not amused. Is this where I came from? Is there anything else in here? Yes, a barrel. And I've got about 2 seconds left. And that means that this is it. I will position myself at the next passage. And I will look up what the hell is wrong with this thing. I hope this isn't something major. This was Salvatia and Dragon Age Origins. Wo weiter?